In this video, I want to look at the blind spot that is killing your retention. So if you're running a coaching business, info product business, and you currently are already getting some clients, you're already past 10K, 20K per month, and you're trying to scale to 100K per month, a big part of this is the retention and the churn you're getting within your clients. The way you can keep them in the program, the way you can make sure that they will pay all the installments when they have perhaps split the payment. This is super key. And for most of you, by the time the student is asking for a refund or is churning out, and you're trying to fly blind and react to these moves, the decision they have made to leave was already made weeks ago. You just weren't watching because your business had no system watching either. And that's why a lot of these people just churn out, they just get out, and you're unable to collect the maximum revenue possible from every client that you're actually helping. This is a part of the operational drag. Let's look at it from the beginning, and in this video, I will give you the exact blueprint, an AI-powered churn detection system that will see the students drifting before they consciously decide to quit, and the system will re-engage them automatically. This is what we used in our info product business, where our completion rate for the installations as well, for the payments that the people had, was around 50 to 60% at the start. And then after installing the system, we were able to get above 90, 95%. Basically nobody churning out, basically nobody asking for a refund, and basically everybody paying the maximum amount of money possible. So we got the maximum revenue. Let's go through it without further ado. This is the steps. I will give you literally step by step all you need to do. The first important thing, you did not lose the people at the refund request. You didn't lose them when they asked for a refund. You lost them weeks earlier, and the business had no idea it was happening. Because most course owners are literally flying blind. And by the time a student sends the refund request, or they say, I don't want to pay the subscription anymore, I want to leave, the decision was already made. In this part, we will show you the system that you actually need to develop to see this in advance. The two moves that people usually do, and that we also did before we had the system installed, and why none of them is working. There are two things most operators do when the churn gets bad. Option A, they blast a generic, hey, checking in email to the entire list, or maybe to the specific person, but it's too late, obviously. It gets ignored, or they just say, yeah, I don't have time for this, I don't want to do this, I just need the refund or whatever. And option two, they just wait for the refund to hit the inbox, then scramble, with a discount or desperate call. That's also not really good. Both of these are reactive. That is super important. Repeat after me, or get it in your head somehow. Both of these ways are just reactive. You're reacting to the decision that the client or that the prospect has already made. So you're already losing the game before you even know you're playing it. This is important. We don't want to be reactive. And most people think in the course business that, oh yeah, it's normal. Some students just, they aren't serious. And the churn of 30, 40% is just part of the game. A lot of people are just not going to pay the whole amount. It's normal. They'll just leave. Some people are not serious. The life will come up or something will happen. Whatever. It's BS. And of course, there will still be like one, two, three, like few students, of course. But if your churn is currently, or if like 30, 40%, 50% of the people are not paying the amount they should be paying, the full installations, or they're churning out too early, or you're getting a lot of refunds, that is not a belief problem. That's because you don't have the system, just like we had. Before, we literally had like 50, 60% of people finishing the program. And then after the system, we actually went up to like 95%. So the people can be serious, and they are serious. They just need you to have a system. And this obviously is costing you thousands in monthly recurring revenue that should already be yours. There's no extra crazy work you have to do. You already have the clients. So this is literally thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars in monthly recurring revenue. And for any info product business, monthly recurring revenue is great. And it's super important because you're not starting from zero every freaking month. You know that that idea of you get the new month and you see, oh, now in the dashboard we see zero and we got to go from zero, right? That's not a good feeling. So this is super important to capture. Let's go. The early exit radar. What you actually need to monitor to see that the people are drifting and that they will very likely want to churn, want to leave, or want to refund. This is a system built on AI that monitors every student's behavior, flags the ones drifting, and triggers a personalized re engagement sequence before the student has consciously decided to quit. Again, this is not about you working harder. This is not about you putting in more hours. This is about the architecture, about the system doing it for you. Because this is not the work you should be doing as a founder. You have more important things to look at. So the business retaining the most students, businesses retaining the most students aren't working harder. They're just watching smarter with the system built on AI that monitors the behavior. The system step by step. Step one is to define the churn signals. How do you actually find that the person is probably going to churn? Step two is build the AI monitor. And step three, re-engage automatically through the AI system. So, step one, what are the churn signals? Before AI can watch anything, you need to tell it like what going quiet actually looks like in your business. So, log into your course platform, whatever it is, WOP, school, Teachable, Kajabi, whatever, and you're looking for three behavioral data points. Write these down. This is very important. Three signals that cover literally 90% of the cases. Number one, the login frequency. A student who is logging in 3 times a week suddenly drops to zero for 7 days. That's a pretty obvious signal. A student who is logging in every day suddenly drops to once or twice per week. Also a pretty obvious signal. Signal two, the lesson completion rate. If they were finishing 2 modules a week or 5 videos per week, and now they've stalled on the same lesson for 10 days, again, that's a very, very obvious signal. And signal three, the community engagement or engagement with your team or your support or whatever, right? If they were posting, commenting, contributing, and now they've gone completely silent, again, that's a signal. If they were asking a lot of questions to your support team, to the team of coaches or whatever, and now they're not asking anything, that's the signal, right? So for each business, it might be little bit different. The community engagement could be personal engagement with the coach. The login frequency for every student can be a little bit different, but these are the three main signals. And trust me, these ones do cover over 90% of the cases. So write these down. These are your churn triggers. They cover 90% of the cases, and then export this data as a CSV from your platform. You will need this in step two. Now, step two is build the AI monitoring layer. Take that exported CSV that you got from your platform, whether it's school, WOP, or whatever, and put it into make.com. Inside Make, build a simple automation scenario with this exact structure. Every Monday at 9 a.m., Make pulls a fresh data export from your course platform via a webhook or an API. That data goes to an AI analysis node, GPT-4o, via the OpenAI API module that is inside Make. And the AI reads the entire dataset, identifies at-risk students, and returns a clean flagged list. This is very key. And this list populates directly into a Google Sheet, which is basically your early exit dashboard. This is where you see everything in one place, and you can look at it as a founder. Until then, you don't have to work, and you just look at it as the founder in the early exit dashboard. If you need, pause this video or screenshot this or whatever. Next, the monitoring prompt, very important. The student retention analyst. You're a student retention analyst. Review the student activity data, You can see this, read this, copy this, whatever. Yeah. What do you get back? One tab, updated automatically, and zero manual work. And now you can see exactly who is drifting before they ask for a refund or before they ghost you. You can see it black and white. So this is basically what's happening. The trigger at Monday 9 a.m. The AI node is the retention analyst. Output, you get the flagged list, and it goes into your Google Sheet where you see everything in the dashboard, yeah, of your students. And then step 3. This is not everything because you see the people, but then you're not going to be reaching out to every one of them personally, right? At this point. So again, we can automate this. Build a personalized re-engagement sequence. Back inside make.com, add a second scenario that triggers when a new name lands on your early exit dashboard. Again, you have a prompt here that will be writing the message, personalized message, based on the progress the student has already made. You have the prompt here. And then the AI generates a personalized email or a message inside WOP, school, or whatever for each flagged student. So it's not a template, it's a specific message based on their actual progress. And that email or message or whatever is sent automatically through the platform. So either you connect it with WOP or school or whatever, or you connect it with the email platform like ActiveCampaign or other ones. And this is sent within a few hours of them being flagged without you writing a single word. Now, the layer most people skip. This is very important. If the student doesn't log back in within 5 days or a few days, make adds them to a second list. Right? Because you send one message automatically doesn't mean it's just going to get them back. Right? So you need to make sure you're on top of this anyways. So it's going to create a second list. One second. And that list triggers a short personal video from you. Record it once, and it's going to be sent via Loom or whatever, where you address them by name and invite them to a live Q&A or a check-in call or a call with the coach or whatever is needed to get them back active. That second touch point converts the students your first email didn't reach yet or didn't convert back, right? So the diagram, finally now. People are flagged and put into the dashboard. Then the personalized email or message is sent within a few hours. Then if you see, okay, they logged back in, they're being active again, it's okay. If they're not, after a few days, personalized video, Loom sent with your name, yeah, with their name specifically to them. And then they should be re-engaged in both cases. So the whole weekly cycle that runs itself without the founder's manual effort, once it's set up, that is going to be able to get you from 50, 60, 70% completion rate, installment payment rate, churn rate, up to 90% plus, is this. Monday, the data is pulled and analyzed. Tuesday, and they are put into the early exit dashboard. Yeah. Tuesday, the emails or messages are sent. And the following Monday, the people that did not respond, it can even be set up quicker, right? You can even put the video on Friday or whatever, where you will be doing the quick video follow-up for the students who didn't log back in and receive a short personal video addressed to them by name. Again, this can be recorded once, and you can be changing the name. You don't have to record it every time. It's also like a specific way to do that. Don't really have that much time to go into it in this video, but you can really get this very, very automated. And you set this up once, and it runs every single day, every single week without you touching it in the future. Now that's architecture, not effort. And it's very important that you have replaced yourself with AI in this specific way, in this specific place. Because you as a founder have more important things to do as well, but you don't want to be losing thousands or maybe tens of thousands of dollars just because you're not doing this manually. So this is super key to install inside any info product business, in my opinion. Why this works, the mechanism and the economics, real quick, right? This is completely preventable. That's what I want to say. It's completely preventable. Let's do a bit of math on this. This system, like, it's not magic, right? It's pretty simple. You're probably saying, yeah, well, that makes sense. You know, you see the people that are not really active. You check up on them, and then if they're not really responding, you check up on them again with a more personalized message to get them re-engaged. Yeah, like obviously. Yeah, but almost nobody's doing it. Or if they're doing it, they need to be paying some people and delegating the job that do it in a worse way, or they make mistakes, or they don't do it at all, and they're just leaving money on the table. Or they need to spend their manpower and the willpower of the founder to do this for hours and hours every day or every week, which is not effective at all. So, uh, yeah, this is just something simple math. If you have, let's say, a subscription model at the end of the program or in the program where 100 students are paying $200 a month, and you have a 20% churn, that's literally like 4K a month that you're losing, right? That you could be getting extra, right? Because this, as I said, uh, most of the businesses, we can increase this churn or decrease the churn by like 10 to 30%. In some businesses, it can be even more. So in this specific example, it would be 4K a month. Now, if you have a higher ticket with more students, it could literally be tens of thousands of dollars for you that you're losing out, that you already should be getting, right? It's not like new money. It's not like some magic hard way to get the money. No, it's literally money that you could be getting every single month extra with honestly not that much extra work, maybe even less work than you're doing right now. And that's the point of removing the operational drag inside your business. So the first thing that we noticed wasn't a spike in new sales, right? When we were applying this exact system inside our info product business, the first thing wasn't the spike in new sales. It was the drop in the refund requests. It was the drop in it was the increase in how many people completed the whole payments. And it was the increase of how many people were still going on the subscription model and were still engaged in the community, in the platform, in the course, and really getting A, the progress they should be getting, but B, also we were able to get the revenue that we should be getting, right? And because of that, this was like one of the major factors that really helped us to move the needle above 100K per month within like 90 days of really restarting the business. Yeah, the important part is not just acquiring new customers, it's actually stopping the leak that we already had with the customers we were getting, right? And retention is revenue. It's just simple math, right? So right now, really quickly summary. When you install the system, you stop flying blind. You know exactly which students are at risk every week without checking that manually. Your outreach becomes personal at scale. Every flag student gets a message that feels written especially for them, because it literally was. You reclaim your time. You can count now how much time you spent on this. And if you don't spend any time on it, then you can see how much money you're losing, basically. And this runs automatically. The only thing you record once is that short video. Your refund rate drops. Your installation finish of the people that are paying installations increases significantly. The churn drops on the subscription models that you have, and the students receive a timely personal check-in before they've fully disengaged, and they are much more likely to re-engage again after this system is applied. Yeah, and your monthly recurring revenue becomes predictable. I think this is one of the most important things. The monthly recurring revenue becomes predictable, and you're not starting from zero every month. This is super important, and I see a lot of the info product businesses struggling with this. And it's even hard for the psychology of the founder. Like I had this the same time, the same way, right? When I saw like, oh, we're at zero now again, Monday, new month, I gotta start making money. It's not good, right? When you have this monthly recurring revenue predictable inside the business, it's completely different. So that's the architecture. See, we're not showing you how to work more. You don't need to work more. Literally, the architecture will work for you in the right place. The main important difference, as we talked on the start, you're not being reactive. You're not waiting for the refund request. You're not scrambling some discounts. You're not trying some sales technique to get them back in. You're already losing before you know it. And the business is bleeding students monthly. When you're proactive with this system, you see the problem forming few weeks out. You fix it before they decide to leave. You're acting on data, not your emotional state, and the business compounds. This is a part of the operational drag extraction system done for you that we build for our clients. If you want to build this yourself, everything I showed you today is enough to get started, right? You have the technical stuff, you know why you're building it, you know how to build it, you know the main things to look out for, so you can build it yourself, right? But if you're at the point where you don't want to spend the next few weeks figuring out the technical setup, and you'd rather have a team that has already done this to install this inside your business, fully operational in a matter of few weeks or few days, that's exactly what we do at Operational Drag Extraction System. We go in, we map your specific churn signals, build the make scenarios, connect everything to your existing tech stack, and hand it to you running. Now, we do a whole lot more than this. This is just one part of the system, of the synthetic operational core, as we call it. And we do this with 5 clients per month, because obviously this is like very individual stuff, and we actually work on it. We're not handing you video, yeah, my friend, just do it yourself. No, we're actually doing it for you and done with you, right? So that's why only 5 people per month. If this sounds interesting, below the video you can book a free diagnostics call where we can map your specific situation and see if we can help you. Now, the action set for you that you can take away from this: log into your course platform and pull the 30 days of login plus completion data. Write your 3 churn signals like we talked. Export your student data as a CSV. Build it to make.com scenario with the GPT-4o monitoring prompt. Create the early exit dashboard in Google Sheets. Build the second scenario for the personalized email and the video on non-respond, and record your short personal video once so it deploys automatically from there. This is the summary. This is the checklist for you. If you want to try it yourself, you definitely can. Either way, I'm going back to my systems, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a good day.